Hey everyone, I'm Alex from SSDI. For years, I've been in the trenches helping engineering teams get out of their own way. Today, we're going to talk about a methodology that I'm, pretty passionate about: lean engineering. Let's dive right in.
Does this feel familiar? I mean, really familiar. Your team is completely maxed out, everyone looks incredibly busy, but somehow deadlines are slipping and you can just feel the frustration building. It's that classic trap where activity doesn't equal achievement. But what if I told you there's a proven system to turn all that chaos into absolute clarity? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down today.
So here's the game plan. In the next few minutes, we're going to cover what lean engineering actually is, pinpoint the hidden enemy that's killing your productivity, arm you with the tools to fight back, see it in action in the real world, and then, the big one, talk about how to build a lasting culture of improvement.
All right, so what is lean engineering? At its core, it's really a philosophy, a mindset for cutting through all the noise and chaos to get your team laser-focused on what actually creates value.
It really is that simple. We are on a relentless mission to find and remove anything that doesn't add value from your customer's perspective. This isn't about making people work harder. It's about making sure all that hard work is focused on what truly matters.
To really get it, just imagine a chaotic holiday dinner kitchen. You know the scene. People bumping into each other, nobody can find the right pan, you're wasting time, motion. It's just pure stress. Now contrast that with a professional chef's kitchen. It's like a ballet. Every tool has its place, every single movement has a purpose, and the focus is 100% on creating that perfect dish. That is a lean environment.
So, to get to that professional level of efficiency, we first have to identify our enemy. In the world of lean, the enemy is waste. And the tricky part is, it's often hiding in plain sight, just draining your team's energy and productivity without anyone even realizing it. The lean methodology has identified 8, and only 8, primary forms of waste. Once you learn how to spot these 8 enemies, I promise you'll start seeing them everywhere. You will never look at your team's workflow the same way again.
Let's just run through a couple. How often are you dealing with defects? All that time spent just fixing mistakes. Or what about overproduction? Creating reports no one reads or features nobody asked for. And then there's just plain old waiting for an approval to finally move forward. But for me, the most tragic waste of all is non-utilized talent. Seriously, think about it. Are you truly tapping into the full brain power of every single person on your team? Wasted potential. That's the ultimate hidden cost.
Okay, so we've identified the enemy. Now, how do we fight back? Well, we use the Lean Toolkit. These are simple, incredibly practical weapons you can start using to eliminate waste, like today.
First up is the 5 whys. This is my absolute favorite because it's just so simple and elegant. When a problem happens, instead of just slapping a Band-Aid on the symptom, you just ask why over and over again like a curious kid until you dig down and expose the real root cause. The whole point is to stop patching symptoms and start solving problems for good.
Next up, we have the PDCA cycle. Plan, do, check, act. Just think of it as the scientific method for business improvement. You don't guess, you don't hope, you form a hypothesis, you run a small experiment, you analyze the actual data, and then you act based on real evidence. It's how we make sure our improvements are actually, improvements.
Now, all of this sounds great in a presentation, right? But where does it actually apply? Well, the short answer is everywhere. From writing code to designing spacecraft, the core principles of lean are just universally powerful.
The real beauty of lean is just how adaptable it is. It works just as well in those super fast-moving industries that need to pivot on a dime as it does in sectors with long, complex, and safety-critical projects. Let's look at 2 totally opposite ends of that spectrum.
So, in the fast-paced world of software, lean principles often show up as methods like Agile and Scrum. At their heart, these are really just frameworks for working in short, rapid cycles. The whole idea is to build something small, get it in front of customers, learn from what they say, and adapt instantly. It's the ultimate way to avoid wasting a year building the wrong thing.
But what about building something like a jet engine? I mean, you can't just ship a beta version of that, right? Here, lean gets applied a little differently. You break a massive, overwhelming project into smaller, manageable subsystems. A team might work on a single turbine blade, testing and perfecting it with constant feedback, making sure that quality and safety are baked in from the very beginning.
And this brings us to what I think is the most powerful part of this whole philosophy. The tools are great, don't get me wrong, but the real goal of lean, the ultimate transformation, is changing your company's culture.
And yeah, the results are concrete, they're measurable. You're going to see shorter project cycles, a huge drop in defects, and lower costs across the board. These are the bottom line benefits that really get leadership's attention.
But those numbers on the chart, they aren't the real prize. The real win is creating a culture where every single employee feels empowered to spot waste and make the process better. It's a fundamental shift from constantly putting out fires to proactively making sure they never start.
And that's exactly our mission at SSTSI. We don't just teach the tools, we develop the leaders, the green belts and the black belts who can go back and guide this kind of cultural transformation from inside their own organizations.
Because ultimately, this is about so much more than just one successful project. It's about building an entire organization where engineering excellence is just routine. It's not the exception, it's the standard.
So if you're ready to help your team transform from just working hard to working smart, and you want to make excellence your new standard, your journey starts right now. Visit us at sixsigmadsi.com to learn more. Thanks so much for watching.